Hi guys, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the rubric that I'm going to use to grade you and the rubric that you will grade your partners during peer review. So for the thesis statement, I've probably already gone over this in the outline, but it's going to be the clear and straightforward. And when it says consistently developed, that means that you've actually followed it, right? You didn't just give the thesis statement and go off on a tangent, you followed it. So you'll get 8 points for that. And honestly, I'm pretty lenient. Do you have the thesis statement that I asked you to have? Is it clear? A 6, for example, if we are talking, it might be something where you give me the thesis statement, but then you sort of go off on a tangent later. A 4 would be a thesis statement that perhaps has the topics, right? And then a 4 might be you have a thesis statement, but it's sort of broad. And then a 2 might be you have the thesis statement that only discusses the topic. And then finally, this would be you have a thesis statement. You don't have a thesis statement. You just kind of start jumping into your paper. Organization, to get an 8 in organization, what it means really, the difference between an 8 and a 6 is that you've had these sophisticated transitions, and I'll link these as well, but you have words like just as, furthermore, next, and you talk about the previous paragraph and introduce the next. So I want it to be the very beginning sentence of the paragraph. So it would be just as such and such, right? Also this, or furthermore. A 4 would mean that you were, maybe using one transition, but not many transitions. A 2 means maybe you're really lacking something. Maybe your intro is really great, but your body paragraphs aren't developed. Or maybe you have 3 body paragraphs and one of them's like really tiny and don't give that many examples. An organization that's a 0, honestly, it's really hard to do, but it'd just be like you're rambling. I can't tell that there's any organization whatsoever. Grammar, I'm really not that picky on grammar. I'll tell you what will happen. If I have to stop and reread things because of your grammar, like you've got crazy capitalization errors, you aren't putting any periods, it's going to be a 0. A 2 would mean like maybe every time you have that little I in there. A 4 would mean you've got a lot of run-on sentences where you have 2 specific complete thoughts and you're smooshing them together without any punctuation like a period. Or it's when you have 2 put together with just a conjunction like but. You have to put that comma before the but when you have 2 complete thoughts joined together. A 6 would mean maybe you just make little tiny mistakes like comma errors, and an 8 would mean it's pretty perfect. But honestly, I'm not that picky as long as we're not having those huge capitalization errors and run-on sentences or fragments where there isn't a complete sentence. Supporting evidence, guys, in order to get an 8, it means that you're following the outline. You have a specific topic and you're providing specific details with it, right? If it's a research paper, you're adding research. You're not just thinking about your common experience, for example, but you're answering questions. Well, anytime the reader asks who or what, then you probably need to be more specific. The difference between an 8 and a 6 might be that you have maybe underdeveloped one of the specific details. A 4 would mean that you're using mainly like examples and they aren't clear. A 2 would mean that you really are just kind of rambling a bit and I'm not even for sure what your examples from your own life are. A 0, you are just really, really, really rambling. And again, that's really hard to do. Formatting is, have you done the MLA formatting? Have you followed the student sample or the VU Writer's Handbook to look at what the header looks like? 12-point font, Times New Roman, double spaced. So again, that should be really easy. If you have more than 4 elements, there was no attempt to use MLA, then you'll get a 0. And so on, but that should be really easy. And then finally, citations, we'll go through, but your citations, if they need to be correct each and every time, you'll get an 8. If you only have 1 or 2 errors, you'll get a 6. The essay is a lot of errors, you'll get a 4. And maybe each and every time you do the wrong thing, like you put the last name like Jones, comma, 1, and there's no comma, right? There's just a Jones 1. If you do that every single time, you'd probably get a 2. And a 0 means like you just forgot your index citations. So I think that describes it in a nutshell. When you're going over here, just give comments, right? If they got an 8 on their thesis, say, you got an 8 because you gave me a clear, specific idea, and then you previewed the 3 reasons on how you were going to do that, for example, okay? So do it to the very best of your abilities. I know that sometimes people say, I'm not an expert, and that's true, but you can see things that other people haven't. Maybe you'll catch that little grammatical error, or you can at least go through the check line of the outline and say, hey, you really missed, point 2 in the outline. Okay, so I hope that explains things, and I will see you soon.